Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you and give you a couple of tips on installing a water pump on a Jeep 4.0 engine. So let's get right to it. First things first, you do not need to take all this out to do the water pump. I've done it with the shroud and everything in. It is a little harder to work around, but it is possible. First things first, you need to make sure you have a really clean surface. So, find yourself in a situation where you don't have to rush and where you can take your time. What I use basically is green pad like this because I don't want to deeply scratch the surface. I also use, when I'm done, alcohol and rags to clean it to make sure all the oil is free. I use paper towels to stuff in here when I'm cleaning the surface because you don't want your coolant to get polluted. So go ahead and just stuff a bunch in there. And I also use them to dry up the coolant because you want to get as much of the old stuff out as possible. Also use this opportunity, if you take everything off, to clean everything up, clean all the oil. A couple things you will need is a torque wrench, and it's supposed to be torqued to 17 foot-pounds. The longer bolt goes here, and then the rest of them are all short bolts. The biggest problem that I ran into is this stupid pipe here. This is the third water pump I've received because the threads were not cut properly on this, so the pipe would not go in how it was supposed to. Now, sorry about that. As you can see, there's about 3 threads left. Now, it is kind of hard to get it lined up, but what I would suggest is get it turned in most of the way, match it up to your old pump, go ahead and put it on, lightly put the bolts in, get them tight, and then when you have it here, you can take your 3/4 inch wrench and turn it to where you need it to exactly be. That's what I ended up having to do. Now, if you don't turn it in far enough, it's going to hit here. As you can see, it was. So make sure you do that. Get it on to where it's close, put it on, and then turn it to where you perfectly need it. One thing I would not do is I would not put the gasket on and finish everything and then turn it. I would put it on before you finally put the gasket on, because if it ends up you needed to take it off, it's going to be a heck of a time. You're going to waste a gasket, and it's just going to be a headache. Next, upgrade to the Fel-Pro gasket. It's a lot better. There's the part number right there. Even the engine size is right on it. Go ahead and upgrade to that. You're not going to want to use the old flimsy gasket. It's not very good. It's not very tough. Trust me on this one. Make sure you do your thermostat also while you're in here. You don't want to mess around with this stuff. Go ahead and get it done while it's right here. It's only 2 bolts and a gasket, and it'll save you a lot of headache and trouble in the future. Also, make sure to clean your bolts and use just a little bit of grease on them so that they go in nicely. And the last piece of advice I have for you is to just take your time. Don't rush. Make sure to get your surface clean. Mine still has a little bit to go, but I'm getting there. So, hey, I hope you learned something from this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you did learn anything. I have a ton of Jeep videos that I'm getting ready to roll out. Thanks for your time. Have a good one.